Good day, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to this month's edition of Diaspora TV Switzerland News. I am Dario Emanuel. Let us have a look at the headlines. The first national prevention campaign against domestic, sexual and gender-based violence was launched on 11 November by Federal Councillor Elisabeth Baum-Schneider. Experts called for more testing. Many HIV and STI cases spread without symptoms. Woche der Religionen 2025. Beider Basel ended in great success. Domestic, sexual and gender-based violence causes immense suffering in Switzerland, every day with harmful consequences for those affected and for society as a whole. In launching its first national campaign, the Confederation is stepping up efforts to prevent those forms of violence, which are still widespread. Last year, the police recorded 21,127 offences in the area of domestic violence, an increase of 6% on the previous year. Accounting around 40% of all recording offences, women account for nearly 70% of victims. More than half of all homicides committed in Switzerland take place in the home. In 2025, according to NGOs, the number of femicides is on the rise. One of the main aims of the campaign is to offer assistance to the various groups affected. The campaign, which has been designed to run in 3 phases over several years, will be aimed at victims of violence, then people who witness violence, and finally at violent or potentially violent people. Those affected will find information, advice and support tailored to the situation on the campaign website www.withoutviolence.ch. Diaspora TV Switzerland attended to the official launching conference. We interviewed the Federal Councillor Elisabeth Baum-Schneider and other dignitaries.
What strategy do you have for people with a migration background in Switzerland?
We have also made sure to use the languages most commonly spoken in the country. And for us, the criterion, or rather the value, of equality naturally applies to every person. We truly need to show that this is a political responsibility and a responsibility of society as a whole. We work with the cantons and with cities so that potential victims, most often women, do not feel alone and dare to seek help.
We further went to the street to get the opinion of the population.
When it comes to domestic violence, I have experienced domestic violence myself, and I am very grateful that there are support services where people can go for help. What I would like to see a bit more of is greater awareness from the police about psychological domestic violence. Perhaps because my experience has been that it is not always taken seriously enough, and I believe this is an area with great potential for further development in the future. But I am glad that victim support services exist, as well as organizations that pay attention to this issue and help affected women. And I truly want to encourage everyone that if they find themselves in a situation where they do not feel well, they should seek help. Domestic violence can affect anyone, and domestic violence is not only physical abuse, it also includes words. You deserve love. Every person deserves love, and someone who abuses you or harms you in any way does not love you. It takes a lot of courage to raise your voice, but you have a voice, so use it. You are not alone, and it is certainly not a sign of weakness to talk about it. You are strong, and you have a voice, so use it.
Diaspora TV Switzerland also launched its own concept with production of short films in 20 languages. These films are available for free on our website, stopdomesticviolence.ch. Your silence only empowered the abuser. Speak out. Break the silence. Get help. Stop the violence.
Je vais appeler la police, ça suffit maintenant. Arrête!
Ich will keine dicke Frau, sonst kann ich noch das Fitness-Abo bezahlen. Nein, irgendwann ist da einfach fertig. Nein. Willst du, dass ich sterbe, hä? Willst du meine Soft? hörst du mir bitte zu, wenn ich spreche? Du hörst mir jetzt sofort zu! Schieß mir an!
According to the Federal Office of Public Health, BAG, many infections could be prevented through consistent use of protection and timely testing. Experts emphasized that HIV and most STIs can be presented without obvious symptoms, meaning individuals often unknowingly transmit infection to their partners. Health experts strongly recommend avoiding unprotected sex, particularly if your partner's HIV or STI status is unknown. Using condoms correctly and consistently. Getting tested regularly, especially if you have a new or multiple partners. Encouraging partners to get tested together. Testing centers have reported an increase in appointments, but officials insist more people, especially young adults, need to come forward. Many clinics now offer free or confidential rapid tests for HIV and other common STIs, providing results within minutes. You can now find the nearest testing center by visiting gettested.ch. Testing isn't just about protecting yourself, it's about protecting those you care about. The Week of Religions is an open space for a multitude of topics and people to promote intercultural and interreligious exchange. Diaspora TV Switzerland attended to some of the events. Let's have a look at the report.
Switzerland is a country of diversity. Cultures, languages, and faiths come together here, and this cultural and religious diversity is especially tangible in Basel. To promote this objective, IRAS CODIS, the interreligious working community of Switzerland, launched the National Week of Religions around 20 years ago. In the Basel region, the event is organized by InfoRel. From November 10th to 16th, 2025, numerous religious communities opened their doors. Music, conversations, prayers, and encounters shaped the week, giving visitors the opportunity to discover and gain a deeper understanding of different worlds of faith. Diaspora TV Switzerland spoke with participants about religious tolerance, a topic more important than ever.
I believe the importance of being tolerant is very, very great, especially in Switzerland, because we consciously maintain a climate of freedom, where everyone is allowed to believe whatever they choose. When tolerance declines significantly, extremist groups emerge very quickly, and that is something everyone is afraid of. This is not a fear we want to spread. Instead, we want to approach one another and move forward together. That requires, again and again, a conscious effort to reach out to each other. And that is why religious tolerance is so very important.
Yes, we try to bring people from all religions together. Tolerance is a difficult word. I believe that respect is more important, that we listen to one another, that people from different religious communities listen to each other and take an interest in one another. These are, in my view, more important key concepts than tolerance, because tolerance often simply means putting up with one another, and that is not enough for peaceful coexistence.
A special highlight was the performance Listening to, Feeling, and Understanding Sounds. Islamic, Alevi, and Christian traditions shared the stage with Quran recitations, calls to prayer, sacred chants, and traditional melodies.
Today, I have also heard many times from members of the audience that they have gained a new perspective on how important music and sounds are in a religious context, and how this importance appears a little differently across the various religions. Music can serve as a gateway to approaching the divine, or as a source of a sense of community through shared singing. It can exist on many different levels, or, of course, through the call to prayer that marks the beginning of worship. It is also a shared beginning, always the same, ritualized.
The event, When Words Fail, was also deeply moving. Representatives of Christian, Jewish, and Muslim communities spoke openly about existential topics: serious illness, dying, death, and grief. Together with the audience, a space was created where pain was shared and compassion became visible. It was a moment of honesty and humanity that went far beyond any single belief system. Another highlight was the concert by the Choir of Nations. Voices from many cultures merged into a single sound, a living symbol of unity through music. Voices, languages, and melodies became a message of solidarity, showing how powerful music can be in building bridges between people. At the conclusion of the Week of Religions, one clear message remains: understanding, respect, and humanity. These are the bridges that connect us, beyond the boundaries of faith. Reporting from Basel, Diaspora TV Switzerland.
Thank you once again for staying tuned to Diaspora TV Switzerland. Please, if you are driving, do not drink. If you are drinking, do not drive. Always protect yourself. HIV is still active and real. I'm Dar Emanuel. Until next year, 2026, I wish you and your family Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.